Now, as I've been talking about all morning long, we've got Rich Hervey from Day of Doom on the line. What's up, Rich, my friend?
Happy Doomsday, everybody. What's up, my brother? Oh, man, doing great, man. Doing great. Feeling good.
Happy Doomsday to you, too. I woke up this morning, grabbed my phone to check, see what time it was, and there it was right there. Bandcamp letting me know that Day of Doom has released the pre-order for Doomed, and you can go get it right now at Bandcamp. Get your pre-order in. Comes with a single of A Feeble Mind. And, dude, congratulations, man. I know that you've been working hard during some fucked up times, so
congrats. That's it, man. Hey, man, 2022, double deuce, got to work twice as hard. Let's all do it. Let's work. Let's make it happen, you know? We're all in this together, man. And, yeah, man, you know, I wanted to talk to everybody involved with the band who said physical copies of anything right now are getting really weird.
Yeah.
And let's just say my favorite band in the world that wears makeup, that will go nameless, hint, hint, wink, wink. You know, some things have gone on even with them, with purchases and things have gone. I said, listen, at this time and the way the world is, we're not taking anybody's money and not having something.
Right.
It's like, all right, we're going to have, but it leads to other good things. Like, okay, we'll lead to physical copies. Right now, this is a digital pre-order. But, you know, it comes to that there's a line in that movie, Moneyball, and I think it's great. And it says, and it works for right now. And he says, adapt or die.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I love the old school. I love those memories. I love everything that went on. But we're in a different way. You got to think differently. You got to think. Forget outside the box. You got to be inside it, around it, in it, everywhere, and see what's up. And you know, not for nothing, we said okay to digital. And when we looked at it at Bandcamp, okay, as you said, Day of Doom #1 at Bandcamp, you can add so much cool stuff. Again, adapt or die. Think differently. Add all these, there's all pictures and sick artwork, and you know, making it so you could download you know, all the artwork to burn a CD if you want for yourself, till there's a hard copy. And when the hard copies come out, it's not going to be a complete replica of the same thing you just got digital. We want to put out something so it's different. We might add extras to whatever physical hard copies there are. And right now that's in the works. So we try to mix it up for everybody, but for right now, we figured $9. There's like 16 bonus items that you get. You get Of a Feeble Mind, the video for the song, and I'm adding stuff. They actually let you add more stuff.
Oh, rad.
Tonight, I'm still adding more stuff until the actual release date. So it's like, it's so cool. And plus, since, you know, we are Three Demons Records, and I want to say thank you to everybody for all the supporting smaller and independent labels, you know, just trying to just make everything fair for everybody and try to add all this cool stuff in. And since we own it, I could do this. We don't have to ask anybody. It's like, yo, let's add all this art. Let's make it cool and make it different. And by being able to do that, it's like it opened up a whole nother world of opportunities to do things for a digital world. And yeah, man, we just let it ride. I mean, even like what's great is you'll also get the next few singles that come out instantly as well.
Yeah, because you'll be dropping singles up to the release date, I imagine.
Yeah, you get them instantly. So it's like all these things and videos for them. I'll keep adding them in. So it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a fan. We're fans. We just want to do cool stuff. And we've always said this. I mean, even from back in the day when we were putting 2 albums on one for the price of one CD. Man, we're metalheads.
Right.
Hard enough then. Think about for what it is. Just try to make things cool and fair for everybody and you know, make it cool. That's all it's about, you know?
Yeah, totally. And you're right, because one of my friends here in Arizona who's in a band, he recently came out on Facebook and was like, yo, for international fans, which they've got a bigger international following than they do here in the States, he just straight up said, don't bother ordering our physical merch right now. It's not worth it to any of our fans for me to send you a CD for $54 fucking dollars, because international pricing was like bad enough as it was before the pandemic, but now it's insane. And he's like, I don't want anybody paying me $60 for a physical copy of my $10 fucking CD. You know, like it like he straight said, "I love the support and I love our fans, but I don't think it's worth it. And I'll get it to you digitally. Go to our Bandcamp."
Right. Try to make it cool too, man. Add all this stuff to it to make it cool. I mean, we're even thinking even further outside the box, man, trying to think of things. I mean, I'll even say this. We're getting to a new world. Album covers are great, especially I love the sick art and everything. People are looking at these images we're looking at them on widescreen TVs now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to listen to the music, I watch a lot of, they put full album out and what have you. What if the album cover was to come to life?
Yeah, right.
What if it was more interactive? What if you know what I mean? Some of this artwork was great. What if Scream Bloody Gore came to life on your screen while you were listening to it? What if Effigy the Forgotten came to life? What if from Pierce from Within, the dude ripped himself off the chains and started walking his way down the tunnel and you've seen it moving? Just all your favorite albums. It don't matter, whatever it is. This has got to think new. That we're in a whole new world of thinking here, even as far as shows and everything. I mean, that's rough. It's rough. We got to think outside the box. People say, why Bandcamp? I'm going to be completely honest. That's where we're, as musicians, we're making most of our funds. They're the fairest with us. You know this. We've talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, any musician, you've heard what? It's a sob story. I don't know, man. We've been saying it for years. Laws was right.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
That's why they're the kings. I don't care what anybody says to me. They can do what they want when they want it, and they work hard and they deserve it. And you want to know what people like to shit all over them. But the fact of the matter is I don't know if they are the kings of music. They are the kings, and that's the fact. And what do? They're fair to their fans, and it's very inspiring during these crazy times. You had the Metallica Mondays, but you got to look at some of these. If anyone wants to talk about negative, I think there were a lot of positive things that came out. And for guys that take some heat, man, they gave a lot of money back and did a lot of things. I mean, we got Prime, and they put on those shows and gave those tickets. I think as a fan, all these years, and you see that as a musician and what's going on. But then you see the revenue sharing. You see they have 1 billion. And I know if people say that's a lot, but in the grand scheme of stuff, I mean, the musicians were getting hurt. My brother Chris from Pyrexia, I know he retired and went in full knee deep into death metal. And please, if you need a studio anywhere around, hit up Chris Basile from Pyrexia. He's working on 6 studios, 6 sound. Hit him up. This is what it's about. And I mean, people going in knee deep. Bandcamp is the fairest, I feel. That's just the way what I've seen, and we're able to put more into the band. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, we've said this all along out the years. It's not death metal, it's death metal, everybody. We do it because we love it.
Death metal.
We do it because we love it.
Fucking funny,
that's
dude.
Why. You listen to it because you love it.
Yeah.
That's why. You don't have to explain to anybody why you listen to this guy scream. I don't know. Why don't you?
Why don't you? Exactly. Yeah. But dude, you're totally right to touch on that whole Metallica Napster debacle from the early 2000s, when everybody was jumping on LimeWire and stealing everybody's music. And I remember that. And I was on the other side of that line, like, fuck Metallica. They got plenty of money, blah, blah, blah. And not that I was a downloader or, a pirate in that sense. I didn't even know how to use LimeWire, but it was funny because I was on board with that whole screw them. They've got plenty of money, but 20 years later, here we are. And none of my friends are making any money off any of their music. But I see the CEO of Spotify fucking championing around the world wherever he wants to fucking go. And he's making money hand over fist on somebody else's dime. I get it. He's got servers to pay for and all that. But his profit margin is nowhere near what, we should be sharing some of that fucking wealth, dude. What the fuck?
But I'm going to tell you something, too. It was even, and I know we'll get into more positive stuff in a moment, but I'm glad you brought this up, man, because this is important. You brought something up before, which I want you to hit me and Kat up with the information for, like Save the Music.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I've always been for that. Now, listen, there's some that I've been saying for years to people. I use music analogies. You know what I mean? Like when I'm getting pissed off, I'll say Van Halen.
Uh-huh.
Fair warning. You know what I mean?
Warning.
Fair warning. You know what I mean? What's going on right now, in my sense, and what I've seen since a long time, is 2112. Artistic and musical and whatever artistic free will trying to be taken. Like we saw Save the Music. And we've seen that for years. And I always said, who are we saving music from?
Right. Well, now you know.
Right.
It's people
You know,
like,
I mean, I always ask the question, like, why do I got to save music? Like, why? What do you mean? I love it. Like, we're all, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Like, who's the adversary here? Well, now, you know, if you don't, like the song goes, if you don't know, now you know.
well, if you don't know, well, now you know. Exactly.
Yes, it. You know?
Well, yeah, you know, Bandcamp has seemed to support the musicians more than anybody. Like you said, they're the fairest out there. And plus, Bandcamp Friday is the first Friday of every month. They started doing that during the pandemic to try to help. They saw the need, and they put it out there, and they've been rolling with it. It's great because, I mean, it gets them out there. I use Bandcamp not just on those Fridays. I still go pre-order shit on a Thursday or a Sunday, you know, but Bandcamp Fridays come around. I see it on Facebook, and I'm like, oh shit, what do I need? You know, and all the profit goes to the musician. Bandcamp doesn't take their cut on the first Friday of every month, and I think that's fucking great.
Right. I mean, people are like, oh, you know what I mean? Well, you know, you should be happy with anything, some people. And I say, okay, well, you know, then I'll be over to use your car, eat your food, chill out, and, you know, this is sharing. Let's share.
Well, we're going to share, right?
Right.
Let me see those keys.
You know what I mean? Let's go. You know what I mean?
I hear your girlfriend makes a good lasagna. Can she come over and cook for me? What the fuck?
Bring the regatta. And whip it out. We're ready to rock. I'll bring the Parmesan cheese. We're ready to go. Cat make the garlic bread. She just turned into a food show with Day Doom. It's always about food, folks. Don't be, you know, surprised by this.
Oh yeah, and it is here on my radio show as well. Fucking Sarah from Sarah's Invasion, who's on before me in the mornings. Like as soon as she cuts her show and I start mine, we start sharing fucking bread pics in the fucking chat room and shit. Like look at this pie I made yesterday.
Yeah, I hear you. And we want to, you know, wish out, you know, send out to feel better. We heard you say she wasn't feeling too well, and everybody in the chat, we're in the chat. Cat's up in there too. Few people weren't feeling well. We had some, you know, family members and everybody, like you were saying, and we just want to put it out there, just across the board, everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be well. Be well. Be well. Be well. Especially you're on the East Coast. Don't be surprised if it's cold out. I don't want anybody flying me. If you want to know how to dress, put on Empire Strikes Back and look how they dressed when they went to Hoth. Be like Han Solo. You'll be okay.
Right.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, big fuzzy thing around yet. You'll be okay. It's wintertime. Don't be surprised if it's cold on the East Coast.
Yeah, right. We're surprised how cold it's been here in Phoenix lately because it's gotten down to almost freezing weather, like 34 degrees. We're still walking around in shorts with our hoodies on, like, ooh, it's hoodie weather.
Oh, well, Sam Matter in Florida, and Sam moved from here from Long Island to Florida. So, of course, you know, he sends me pictures in the hot tub, they're hanging out, he's doing the tormenting stuff.
Barbecuing.
Like, right. So, you know, we had snow last night on Doomsday, you know, it's funny. I'm like, hey, I asked the device, I call it the device, I asked the device, is it snowing? And it's snowing right now, Rich. I said, yeah, right. It was kind of nice out. I look outside, it's a blizzard, you know, and I'm like, all right, Doomsday, it's snowing out. Great. You got to shovel it.
Except it's not snow, it's the ashes of my enemies.
Yes, yeah. There you go. It's great. But yeah, man, this has been a journey right here, man, for all of us, and we're very proud of this one, man. Extremely.
Yeah, and I could tell just by the aptly titled Doomed. Just fucking, we're going bare doomed. And that's the name of the new Day of Doom album right there. Doomed.
Yeah, man. There's some background to that I could fill you in quick.
Oh, please do.
You know,
that's why you're here, my friend.
Right. You know what? That's a very valid point. Thanks, my brother.
Always good to have you on, man.
You know it. You know it. If you can't bust each other's chops the way things are today, then I don't know, man. Boy, sense of humor needs to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very important.
Right.
The psyche is very important. Keep that in mind. But every album prior to this was a concept. As some of you know, I know you know that they were all tied in, you know, and they had the titles, you know, Epitaph of the Dark Lord, Descending Humanity, and so on and so forth. Wanted to change it up. Say, hey, listen, we're going to stop with the concept album right now, start fresh, and every song will be its own entity and, you know, be its own thing. And to the point where even the title, one word, Doomed.
Doomed.
All right, that's it. You know, it just fit. And we had another title. A band came out with the album title. And then we were like, it were again, like we said this in the beginning, like negative turning into a positive. That's been the ongoing mantra of the whole thing, you know, a negative turning into a positive. And it went, oh man, we can't use that title, negative, boom,
Doomed.
positive. Well, to the point, don't overthink it, done, works, there you go. And that was it, man. And everybody was like, yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Rich, was it refreshing for you to not have to focus so hard on like a streamlined concept and storyline for your album this time? Like, were you able to focus a little bit more on different aspects of this album than, you know, making sure that everything fit the plot?
Dude, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it as honest as I can, because I mean, some people say, oh, we wanted to try something. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest as I can with everybody, and this is what it was. Yo, it was just getting stale, man.
Yeah.
Getting stale. 5 albums of it. I needed my flame to have. It's not that it was out. It just needed somebody to come over and dump some more fuel on it. Woo, let's get that blaze going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. And it was like, okay, all right, yeah. Now, and it also lyrically, because, you know, I write all the lyrics, it allowed me absolutely to branch out and to talk and express myself about different things in different ways that I haven't since the inception of the band, you know, which was very cool, you know, for me personally.
Sure.
So yeah, man, it was awesome. I love this. That was a big part of why I'm really proud of this, is the lyrics. When everybody, you know, gets it, they take the time to read it. I'm not trying to preach nothing to nobody. It's not telling anybody anything. It isn't one track. Like, it's not political. It's more awareness. Songs about self-awareness. And,
nice.
you know, and awareness to be aware of the things around you. You know, the fact that, you know, you got to have empathy for people. You know, just because people don't agree with you doesn't mean you have to hate them.
Exactly.
And you take his violent, heavy, sick music and turn it into something positive. If somebody has a problem with that, the problem lies within them. Maybe they're of a feeble mind.
Nice. So there's still a little message in there for you guys, but it's funny because I don't think a lot of fans realize, because I love a good concept album, but whenever I picture a band, much like Day of Doom, whenever I picture a band putting together a concept album, I just see like the newspaper clippings on the wall with the string going from one side of the room to the other. And because, you know, fans have to realize that not only are they trying to put together the story to flow perfectly from start to finish throughout the album, but the music also has to do that. A lot of bands, when they, you know, let's say you record 10 songs like you did on Doomed, and now maybe track 2 and track 3 don't really click together going in from one to the other, you know, and right. But that's your main part of the story. What do? Do we rewrite the beginning intro to that song to make it mesh with the song before it? Like, it sounds complicated as fuck.
Oh, dude, and I got to tell you something that's real. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's another reason why with this album, again, with a positive that I could feel, you know, with sequencing this out, when it was the way the album is sequenced is exactly how the tracks were recorded.
Nice. From
drums, guitars, you know, Sam and Matt, which we'll get into recording. Exactly how you hear it. It was just like the weirdest thing where those albums, yes, it's like this had to go with that. Then you have to remember something and bring back something from, I don't know, 12 years ago and go back and listen and bring a theme back and put it in there. And it goes over people's heads, but we do it because we're creative people. This is part of it. I mean, there's things that's been going on with a lot of bands since the beginning of time. You know
yeah.
I mean? But, you know, it's like, so yeah, it could be a lot at a point where it's just like, all right, you know, enough is enough. But I mean, also, it's like, everyone's like, oh, the Dark Lord is done. You know, Jason comes back, Freddie comes back. I mean, man, they even got Chucky back. So I mean, and who knows? With the new artwork, when you purchase the album digitally, you'll see the second artwork that we got from the Rotted Artist, and who knows? Dark Lord might have an adversary.
Right.
You
never know what you might come back to, but it sounds like you guys just had fun with this one. It's time to jam. It's time to produce some great fucking music. Let's not overthink things, you know. Like you said, album title, one word, blam, done. Fucking moving on. It's to the point. But
You
so
know?
you did mention recording, and I do want to get into recording because the recording of this sounds quite different than even the more recent Epitaph of the Dark Lord. You did the recording of the drums there at the Doom Cave, and everything else, guitars, bass, backing vocals, were recorded at Audio Toxin Studio by Matt. Is it Mapplebeck? Am I saying that right?
Maplebeck.
Mapplebeck.
All
right.
There it is.
I overthought it. I should have just put a title to
That's okay. That's all good, man. Yeah, I did the vocals, the main vocals here as well.
Oh yeah. I see that now.
Mhm.
Now, and Matt did all the mixing and mastering. So tell me what it was like working with Matt. This is his first death metal album, isn't it?
Dude, Matt is the international musical man of mystery. I got to tell you. Again, we talk about, like we were saying, again, everybody, I can't overstate this enough, a negative into a positive. Sam moved to Florida. It was a little bit of a bummer. What are we going to do? Had some Day of Doom lineup changes before this album, And then Sam said, long story short, Sam was down there for a while. I don't want to underplay it. He was looking for somebody to jam with. Took a little time, but, Matt answered a message for him. And it turns out we were talking about, I said to Sam, hey, would you want to work on stuff with the new album? And he said he mentioned it to Matt. And Matt said, I have my studio here. I could record,
Rad.
And I was like, wow, okay, cool. And he wanted to do something with live drums, and he was learning techniques with recording. This guy, I'm telling you, dude, if you drop a bunch of airplane parts on his lawn, dude, in no time, dude, he'll figure out put this plane together and you're in the air. This guy, he dives in, dude. This album, I'm gonna be honest, I would send it to Kat, like, yo, listen to this, listen to what he did here with the sound, listen to what he did. And she's just like, another one. I'm like, but he's growing. That's why we didn't rush, and it took time. And he was learning all this stuff, and he really dove in, and he took the time, and it's well worth it when you take the time and somebody's doing their thing. And don't stand over their shoulder and just let their creative juices flow and let them just do their thing. You'll get the best out of them. Standing over people's shoulders, telling them what to do when they're trying to be creative like that, especially when it's they're trying to learn something, man, that's got to be like nails on a chalkboard to a person.
Yeah.
So you leave him, dude. You hear the production. He went nuts, dude. So he says, yeah, I'll work on it. I'm like, wow, cool. So we start talking, and I say, hey, Matt, I got a couple of tracks. I know he's played metal. He's been in other bands before. Knows of death metal. He's in Florida. How does he not know death metal?
Yeah, kind of where it started.
He's born in Jersey, He's an East Coaster. I know that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You can still hear it come out of him, but he's been in Florida for years. But so the death metal is him. And he goes to me, Rich, I sent him all the drum tracks, I should say. And he heard a song, and he's like, I'd like to put something to that. I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. And now, dude, I'm not going to say names, but we have people come down and they want to try out, and they're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is cool. It happens to all of us. Like, oh, okay, cool.
I'd rather you let me know up front instead of dragging me along for a couple months.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's all right, so check it out. You know what I mean? And then we'll hang out or whatever. But I mean, this dude's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Bro, sends me back. I was just like, whoa. He's like, I hear someone wanted this other song. Long story short, Matt plays on 4 songs. The first song is A Feeble Mind. Is Matt on guitar and bass, with me on drums, vocals, and Sam doing backups. And he even dove into doing the leads, some leads on the album. It's just like, whoa, this guy just went berserk.
Nice.
Berserk, man. And it was so, I can't do this. I don't know nothing about this, but I'll go for it, man. Let's see what's up. Yo, and devoted to make, where we would, normally I got to tell you, man, and I'm going to say this straight up, crushed sonically everything I've ever done for the band. And not that I'm downplaying the stuff, and I think some like any band, you like to go back and fix stuff. But this right off the bat, I'm just like, wow. And he's still learning, man. This guy is getting gear and making, so if anybody needs anything here in the Florida area too, man, let's let us know. Matt is just, for mixing or mastering, Matt is just insane. So Sam got lucky too, man. You know what I mean? And I, because he's like we've known each other for years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made it awesome. That's what made this really great. We talk about all the stuff, family stuff, sports, what have you, other music, whatever. We turn each other. He turned on some new music. He's like, whoa, man. Like, you never sat down really listen to Gore Guts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We're like, listen to this, man. And he's like, whoa, that's sick, man. And then next thing you know, it's like, yeah, you want me to incorporate something kind of like the next style, but I'll make it like Day of Doom? Yeah, why not, dude? Yeah, no problem.
You're vibing,
sure.
Dude. You guys are just fucking vibing.
And it's fresh. It's not, it sounds, not that it sounds different. I think it sounds better.
Yeah.
That's great. And again, through all this craziness, and Sam being able to write and go nuts and just let loose on these songs. Wow, man. I'm going to tell you, he went absolutely berserk. When you guys hear the next song, it's going to come out. And I got to tell everybody, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, Matt and Sam have their own band called Once Immortal. You can check them out on Bandcamp. They have an EP up, and I'm trying to get them on Three Demons Records. But and I might be doing some drums with them. It's not death metal, but I don't want to categorize it. Go check it out when you get a chance. Go listen to new music. They're great musicians. The production is insane on it, and that's in the future. We're going to have that rocking. But I'm really proud of those guys for everything they put into this. They really went above and beyond anything that I could have imagined. That's what it turned into. You know what I mean?
No, dude, that's rad. And something that you said there about bringing him in, and it was kind of blowing your mind. And, you had mentioned, we all want to go back and fix previous things. It's nice to have somebody come in and you're humbled about it. He's so good. You're not like trying to swing your dick around like, well, I'm good too. No, you're like, oh, fuck, he's rad. And you're humbled, like, cool, something fresh and different in the band. Speaking of Mr. Basile from Pyrexia, I had him on a few weeks ago. And
Dad, I checked it. I did.
What's that?
No, Dad, I checked it. I did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I didn't know that he wasn't happy with his last album. He straight up said, dude, I was not happy with it. And he was he mentioned being humbled in the sense that they tried to do a little too much on their own. As far as like mastering and doing all the mastering themselves and all that shit goes. He's like, now we track right here at the new studio and we send it out, which they sent it out to a fantastic master. And,
no doubt.
But, sometimes you got to step back and be humble of where you are and what you have. And to have Matt come into the play and you guys just click like that. I mean, that's fucking wonderful, dude. And you being humble enough to be like, sweet. Fucking what can you teach me? Because you've been doing Day of Doom for fucking years.
Right? Yo, he's taught me stuff to do with the next recordings that we're doing with the drums, and we're going over stuff, and I start thinking of things that I wanted to do, and like, yo, can we accomplish this? Like even for their band, Once Immortal, doing some different drum stuff, and then with the next Day of Doom things, and it's like, wow, we could do these things and expand and grow. But dude, I'm gonna tell you, I had to listen to this. You have to reason with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. It's not putting yourself down if you think, because newsflash, somebody can do something better than you.
Oh yeah. Newsflash. So, I'm not the best DJ on the internet. Fuck.
but if there is somebody that you think that is doing something better than you are, you can learn something from them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you don't have to make it some like mall argument. They listen to them and whatever. I don't know. I'm beyond that. I'm gonna be 50 years old. You and me were saying it's hard enough trying to keep up with drum programs. I used to have to keep up with Pete Sandoval and Dave Colruyt, and then now everybody else on all the sick drummers now. It's like, and now we got to keep up with drum program. Mr. Superior Drummer. It's like, no, man, that's it. I gave up. This is what we do. You know what I mean? This is what we play. This is us. We're humans playing music.
Yeah, give me a good 4/4 beat, brother.
That's it. I mean, yeah, that's it, man. Just let it ride, man. Let it ride.
Well, I gotta ask you. Speaking of drums, how'd you feel about the way the drums came out? after mastering? Because you did all the drum recording and tracking there at your studio, and you sent it out for master to Matt. What was your first impression of just the drums alone mixed into the song, the way he did things? What was your first impression, and was there some back and forth on the sound, or were you pretty happy off the bat?
My face hurts from smiling because I have the monitors here in the studio, and I gave it a listen. And when he sent it back at the end, like this, I was like, whoa! But even in the beginning, the growth when he was like, "Yo, listen to this." The way I do with the tracks. Yo, I went and Matt was like, I watched these videos on YouTube. I dove in. I was in a wormhole, man, for like 5 hours, and I learned some crazy stuff. Yeah, check out these drums now, and everything. Here's the thing, yo. Out of everything on the album, I think there was like 3 things that he tried, that he went for.
Uh-huh.
Because we discussed that. I said, just go for it, man. Just go for it, and it didn't work. And in the beginning, which I understand, before the getting to know you stage, you know what I mean? He's like, Rich, I just want you to be happy and what have you. I'm like, yo, Matt, and then it got to the point where it's like, yo, just make it sound sick, man. You're doing great, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it was like, yo, I did this. Check this out. Yo, I got this. And then that's it. That's it. We like peanut butter and jelly.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and then, whatever you want to put, any analogy. And it's like, wow, man. And then it got to the point where I trust Matt so much with the production and everything, because not that everything is perfect. He wants me to check things too, because some things may go by him. It's like now we have a double reference, man.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt to have 2 people who can handle production and hear things and have ideas, even if because sometimes it can get, you need fresh ears. It could get a little stale. You might not hear a panning thing or creative idea in the mix. And I go, yo, try bouncing this left and right. And he's like, oh shit, all right, yeah. And then he sends me a mix 2 seconds, from Florida, 5-10 minutes later, and there it is. The idea is done. And I'm like, whoa, here we go, but even better, when he doesn't say nothing to me, and this guy, again, didn't play death metal, none. He sends me a track, and it's like, this is perfect. They don't have to send anything. Anybody will tell you, records, we got to turn, it sucks sending a message, we got to turn this bass up, we turn the vocal up in this foot. No, I'm talking about for real. This guy was like, when you put time into it, it showed right there. Because to some people, they may be like, oh, why do you have 9 versions of this song? He was growing, he was learning. You gotta let him do it. And look, in the end, what do you want? You're a musician. You want your music to sound audible, especially this kind of fast-paced music, streaming and all this stuff. You want it to be audible.
Yeah.
Okay. The clarity on this it's supreme. The dude went ballistic. And then of course the playing, and those 2 guys, and I'm not gonna pat myself on the back, but I think this is, besides the drumming, I think this is some of the best vocals I've done yet.
I think the sound is incredible. The first time I gave of a feeble mind a listen, I always pay attention to the drums on Day of Doom stuff, because you and I have been friends for a few years now, doing interviews and just keeping in touch. But so, I was really focused on how the drums sounded on this one, because you told me that, some things were changing. You gave me a little background info throughout the last year while you were working on the album. But it seems very, like the cymbal work is very bright and forward, whereas in last releases, it was almost a little, I don't want to say muffled, but a little buried. Yeah.
Buried. I'll say it for you.
All right. Buried. But yeah, the cymbal work was the first thing I noticed as soon as I hit play on that track, dude. I was like, oh, did he get new cymbals or fucking? But I knew that there was production work going on in the background, and that, you were changing up the formula of how you did things. So, but yeah.
Dude, great ear. Yo, Matt worked on that. He literally was like, yo, this China's killing me. I gotta do something with this. And he worked. I mean, that's how I knew his devotion. And when he hears this, he's gonna laugh. He worked on this China and this one floor tom that was bothering him, to where you would be like, it sounds real good, man. But then when you really try to hear what he's hearing, put yourself in his shoes for a minute, and you're like, okay, I hear what he's trying to accomplish there. That has to be blended better. This has to happen. The splashes have to come up and bring up these accents and do certain things. And I was just, how refreshing it was to be able to, again, not only find like a really good friend at all this, but somebody to talk to in like recording lingo. And like I said, it's good. We could bounce stuff. I mean, I am helping them with their band Once Immortal, with a lot of drum stuff. So it's like, this is great, man. It's just, we got all this stuff going on. And again, even more importantly, we're all cool with each other. And it's been really great to see. It's inspiring too. Somebody didn't say, I can't.
Right.
I can't, man. I can't. Nah, this dude, he straightforward. Same with Sam. Sam put in a lot of work because, both these guys were also writing for their band Once Immortal and doing this and recording.
That's hectic.
At the same time.
That's hectic as fuck.
And still are. And still are, dude. And still are. So, those guys are working hard, man. Those guys are working hard, So that's, and still devoted to Day of Doom. Like even talking about even the next release, I'm like, yo, it's Doomsday today. Let's relax, boys. Go get a pizza and a beer. Let's relax.
Right, get a slice.
Everybody head over to Bandcamp, get the song. Let's all have a good time. Let's celebrate.
Yeah, time to light up a stogie and have a fucking snifter of some whiskey, bro. Like, chill.
Oh yeah.
But I think that also helps. Back to what you were saying about getting a fresh ear on it. Sometimes a second project is good to have kind of cleanse the palate for a little bit, like. I'm going to step away from this for a second. I'm going to work on some of the bass for my other band. And when I come back to this, I might have a fresh idea. And, without emulating one band or the other into the other. But, it's great to do. So, but also very hectic.
Right.
But what part of my DAW am I in now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nah, you know what I mean? Or, you go, here's the part of it. Here's the realism of it. There was some ups and downs and stuff, like people talking about stuff and, and people, the way the three of us perceive things, but we were able to talk about it as humans. You know what I mean? And it's like, we're friends, you know what I mean? We're bros. It's cool. It's very, very easy. It's not like, gotta be some like, I don't know, like, total,
like a board of directors.
General, I'm General Zod or something, you know what I mean? Nah, that's not what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reference.
Yeah, but, it's a democracy. You're not a dictator in this thing.
I want them to listen to this and say and be like, yeah, and really happy with everything, even with what I did. The same way I want them, they probably want me to be happy with what they did on it, which is cool. That's what it is. It's like we can literally when you could say to somebody, I don't like that. I think that sucks, and somebody don't get mad and understands you, and they're like, yeah, I just wanted to put it on there. Let's see what that. Let's work it out. What I mean? Like they took a shot. It's like, okay, we're on the same page. We're joking. It's not like, don't cry about it. It's okay. No feelings are hurt. We're all grown humans and we're not going to like everything. Like I said, it's because you don't like everything. But what was that? 3 things out of everything on the album? It was like, whoa, man. I mean, we have a song on the album, A Perception of Death, where people are going to be like, oh, even Sam said it. Oh, man, Rich, you came up with this cool soundscape stuff. And I was like, that wasn't me. That's all Matt.
Right.
Like, whoa.
I'd love to take credit, but
yeah, that's like a thing that should not be, for real, right there. It's a different path for us a little bit, but I think everybody will like it. It's gotta branch out a little bit and try some different things, with tempos.
Sure.
I love albums. They're all going 100 million miles an hour, but I like an album that has a pulse to it, has life.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
you should go through a musical journey.
Absolutely. Now, you also have some special news as far as some guest appearances go. You have a couple different guitar players, one being your brother Joe, and
that's it.
And Terrence, man, you got Terrence Hobbs on this album. Tell me a little bit about how that came to be.
Mr. Hobbs, yes. Well, I've known Terrence for many, many, many. Many eons. I mean, early 90s. No Cerrito and just everybody who's been in Suffolk practically. So we live right over here, and for years we talked about it. He's like, Hervey, well, you want me to do something on the Doom album? I'm like, well, we're doing these concept albums. We'll see what happens, what have you. We'll see what goes on, yada yada. And then when this idea, fresh. Songs by themselves, own entity. I reached out to him and I said, "All right, bro, done.
Ready
said,
for
all right,
it."
Swerve. He put the shoes. All right, Swerve, it's on. So, it's been very cool. A lot of people look at it a little differently. I know it's like, man, you got Terror Tops from Suffocation. Yeah, that's sick. You know what I mean? And how much I respect him even more as a brother and a friend to have, and a sick musician, have him take part of this. We're honored to have somebody of his caliber on there and all that other stuff. But even more importantly, he's my bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys are almost like family at that
metal
point.
Family, yeah. Yeah, we're all a death metal family. Having different people on, and we're like, this is what it's about, and hearing him on there just made, in the song Inside Shadows, this made perfect sense, and then the crazy thing is I'm sitting here and I get it back. He sends me the solos, and he does all the solos on that song Inside Shadows, and he's like, what do you think? Again, this is again like Matt, and even Sam, at that point, it's like they want you. What do you think? You happy with that? I want you to be happy with that. And I'm like, this is just insane, man. So I leave him a message. Nah, it sucks, man. Do it over.
Yeah. How do you critique somebody like Terrence Hobbs that's doing a guest solo on your album?
I look right at Cat. I should just leave him a video. Be like, dude, come on, man. I know you could do better than that. Drop a Paul Stanley on him. I know you could do better than that. You know what I mean? And then, and I was like, I don't want to do it. I was like, they're working on a lot of stuff, and hey, please, man, Sports Up, that, go get the new live album.
Yeah, that's a badass live album. Fucking badass.
And the new Pyrexia.
That's album of the year for last year right there, dude. That new material from Pyrexia is fucking crazy. But yeah, dude, being that I grew up on the West Coast, I know that there where you are, family runs deep, and yeah, you're just a couple streets over from this person, that person, but Effigy of the Forgotten was one of the first fucking death metal albums I picked up when I in the 90s, when I was getting into death metal as a teenager, and fucking, so yeah, from a fan's perspective, you see that being advertised for the new Day of Doom, and it's like, fuck yeah. I was a big Cradle of Filth fan as well. I'll admit it. I fucking love Cradle of Filth back in the day. And that's kind of what turned me on to Demure Borgir was I was searching through albums, and they had a little sticker on there featuring Nicholas Barker,
Mr. Barker.
And I was like, he's insane.
Barker.
He's such an insane Now I'm a fucking Demure Borgir fan. So, this could really help you from a fan perspective, is what I'm talking about. I know that you're like, but he's like family, he's got his own name for you and shit, but it's a great thing for the brand.
No doubt. You're very true. I can't say, disagree with that at all. And I will say this. Yeah, it's awesome. It's like Doomication. It's Day of Doom and Suffocation come together. You know what I mean? And it's sick. It's sick. You know what I mean? I love it. I smile. I listen to it. I can't believe it. Me and Sam, here we are, two dudes from Long Island, knowing each other, Sam and I, from 93 or something like that, okay? Mm-hmm. And going to all these shows, hanging out in the basement with stuff or this or that, or Sam there for come on, man, we got to get on this. All he's being there for all of it. And here we are. We have this moment where, because that song is all Sam, because, Sam played bass and guitar on that song as well. Uh-huh. And it's like, here we are after all these years. I was like, yo, Sam, man, you got a song with Hobbs, man. How sick is that? And he's like, so you leave Hobbs is crazy message, of course. Sam's got the most insane laugh, which I'll send you in a private message later. You think I'm kidding you? You'll talk about it on next week's show, how crazy his laugh is. It sounds fake, but it's real.
Nice.
It's insane.
Nice.
And it was just really amazing to have him on. And we couldn't be happier, even as fans, and be like, wow, man, this is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my brother, wow, man. I mean, we're Van Hervey. You know what I mean?
Van Hervey.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
We're Van. That's it. Fair warning, everybody. We're Van Hervey. You're like, hey, man, can you imagine it? A VH with sick Dean Batwings. I told my brother, we got to get our own side project going. Van Hervey,
Uh-huh.
And, or Von, we could just make it Von Hervey or something. I don't know. Yeah. And my brother, I got to tell you, it's like Jeff Hanneman and Kerry King, what they would sound like together.
Oh,
if
wow.
there was one person soloing. Is what I got out. He does some of these bends and stuff. Whoa, man! I looked at him and I was like, "You're a freak, bro."
Easy on those strings,
Crazy.
brother.
Right. And plus, too, my family, we went through like a terrible tragedy this year, losing my sister, and have my brother on this for eternity
Yeah.
is again a positive. Nobody could take that away from us, ever. And the fact that we have that together as brothers is something that a lot of people can never understand, and it's one of the most amazing fucking feelings ever.
Well, it's like a tribute to your own family right there, and that's wonderful. And our condolences here at the station for your loss, man. That always sucks a lot.
That's what she wouldn't want that. She just wants Dallas to keep fucking winning the Cowboys. That's all she would want. Okay, right? I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a drumstick smack me in the face later or something. She'd be like, "Yo, why is this guy being all grim for?" I know my sister.
Yeah, right on.
Trust me.
Right on.
Yeah,
That's good, brother.
Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate that. I know everybody's gone through a lot of stuff, man. So, like I said, we're all in it together, man.
Yep.
We're all in a boat with holes filled with plexi shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm going to shift gears a little bit here on you because, I'm looking at all of your album covers from the past, and Descent of Humanity is one of my favorites as far as album artwork goes. I mean, Epitaph is a gorgeous piece of work, but Doomed. Let's talk about the artwork for at least the artwork that you have up for the digital album right now, with the portal above the destroyed city and the archangels. And who did the artwork, and tell us a little bit about where the idea developed from. Because and if I may ask, was the artwork done when you had to change the album cover or the name of the album? Because you said that you had something else titled, and you found out that a band was already using it and releasing that same title album. So was the artwork finished prior to that, or how did that work?
Bro, it's gonna blow your mind when I tell you that. It's again a positive. I sound very redundant, but some people you need to hear this. Like you can hear again, the album, the title was picked. It was like somebody had it. Man, so the artist is once again the amazing Jesus Lista, the Rotted Artist.
Nice.
And the Rotted Artist crew. Oh, man. I mean, check him out on Facebook. I mean, the guy is just amazing. He's our Derek Riggs, man. People don't know Derek Riggs. That was Iron Maiden's longtime artist. Mm-hmm. He's our Ken Kelly for Kiss. He's a part of the band. He sees it. He knows what it is. We can talk about it, and so long story short with that, maybe a long story longer, he sends an artwork that was going with the original title, and we really weren't digging it. Okay. Again, being able to talk to people, we weren't really digging it. And it was just a sketch, and then we had to change the title. And I said, listen, the title has changed. And he said, oh, okay. And it opened up a whole new world of different things. And what you see is what happened, is what he came up with. I mean, he first sent me the initial was this destroyed city, and then we went over the shadow, the ominous shadow that's on the state on the cover there, and then the people scattered about and the building destroyed, and the idea was that perspective, not so much seeing some creature or something on the cover. It's from that perspective and the seeing the destruction that has happened from that point of view, from that whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, I got you. And then he did such a great job. I was like, okay, we need the other perspective. Now we need to see what's going on. If we were the people in that building way in the back, what would they be seeing? You know what I mean? Or even 30 feet up, what did they see? And he said, okay. And that we have another image, which is an image of something, and you can see it. We have the video up on DoomTube, which you can go to, and we have the lyric video up that dropped today as well. And you could see this, what this shadow is being casted from. And there's some stuff going on with that we don't want to give too much away. It's like, take the time like the old days. Look at the album art. That's important to us.
Oh, absolutely.
It's important to him. You know, I mean, it really is. That's why when we put up high res pictures. So we know people. We know everybody. You're looking at your TVs, your phone sideways. They look great. Trying to make it look as, and we're all getting older. At least some of us have to wear glasses and stuff now. So I want to make it as easy. Big letters.
Big letters. I want people to be able to read it.
Right. Even on a 55-inch TV, big letters.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I think he nailed it, dude. And like you said, the silhouette of, what's going on behind the image, and you're getting that other perspective, and it's rad, dude. It is now one of my favorite album covers from you guys. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Descent of Humanity. I love the way that turned out. But yeah, now this is rad, man. Dude, all I can say is congratulations, because this is primo work from you guys. I know that you've been working really hard on this release. So congratulations. The pre-order is up now. dayofdoom1.bandcamp.com, and make sure you get out there and pre-order it. But,
yeah, thank you, everybody. No doubt. Like you just said, I mean, yeah, man, he's definitely an integral part of the artwork. Is very important, and I think he hit it out of the park. And everybody sees it, you're really gonna love that. The whole package, like you were saying, if you head over to Bandcamp, Dave Doom, the #1, we got the pre-order up for the album. Get of a Feeble Mind, all the extras that are gonna be in there, 10 tracks. It's just the most proudest thing that musically I've ever been involved with, because of all the positives that came out of so many negatives, and that's such a rewarding thing. And and being able to share this with everybody, share it with you and everybody out there, everybody in the chat, everybody getting excited and having a good time and enjoying it, and get messages back. I love it. Sick, you have Hobbs on here. And that's what it's about for me personally. Monetarials, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's not about praise. I'm just happy that people are happy with it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm stoked for it. The newest song is badass. I can't wait to hear more. May 13th can't come quick enough at this point.
Dude, that's it.
Yeah, badass shit, dude. Well, before we go, because I do want the listeners to get a taste of this new single. But something I want to say, because you and I have been mentioning being friends and all this. I love working with you and Kat. You guys make doing interviews so fucking easy. Like, I don't even have to do research, because Kat's in the chat room right now sending me questions. She's feeding me info. You guys always send me a great press kit with everything I need. I don't need to go anywhere else and get any information. You guys always give me everything. But we do stay in touch quite a bit in between our interviews, even if it's been a year and a half since you've been on the show last, and things of that nature. But I do want you to spit everything else you got going on. Obviously, 3 Demon Records is your baby. Kat has Obscure Chaos webzine. So throw all of your other projects out there before we get into the single.
You got it. I just want to say first, you're our family, man. First and foremost. And we appreciate everything you do for us and support with that. But even more importantly, the friend you've been, and we've been able to talk as humans. That trumps everything on the whole planet, and it surpasses everything. I want to say we appreciate that so much. It really is amazing to have great friends in shitty times. People,
yeah, dude.
I mean, it's an easy thing to say that. It's another thing to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So, that's the way it goes, and the good thing is we try to keep, again, positive and keeping busy, man, keeping things going. Like we said, head over to the Bandcamp. Can't overstate that. Please go over there. Day of Doom, the #1, get the digital download and everything involved with that for the pre-order. You can head over to DoomTube on YouTube. A lot of old videos, cool stuff. The new lyric videos up on there with links. And if you head over to Facebook, Day of Doom, and you hit the shop button, it will take you to one of our new ventures, which is Hervey Designs, where we have a variety of different designs and t-shirts, a bunch of Day of Doom stuff. Once again, since, we're 3 demons and I'm an artist, and Kat's an artist, where we can, it's a matter of doing it and putting the artwork up and coming up with a really cool design. and getting it up there. And if you hit the shop button right now, when we're done, not right now, no, we don't want to do that. After the show today. Okay, a little late.
Thanks, brother.
No problem. No problem. Got to catch myself there. Sorry about that one. You can go on. You hit the button. It takes you to the T Public Hervey Designs, and you'll see a bunch of Day of Doom. And there's some special shirts in there right now that have two-sided has the cover full color and has the back with that second artwork and that creature says "We are all doomed." And there's a bright, and they have a sale right now, double-sided shirt, full color for like $20. I love that they do that, and they look out for their the buyer, and they have all these cool sales. And if you sign up for text, you'll get, I think, an additional 15% off too.
Oh, damn!
So it's like you're gonna get emails anyway. You might as well get 50% off some cool metal shirts or whatever.
Goddamn right.
They got everything in there. Like you were saying, I heard they got art prints, they got whatever, all kinds of stuff. Men's, ladies out there, your kids. So there's a variety of stuff, and that's on there. And again, I just want to say thank you, because if anybody wants to reach out to us, you can hit up Lady Cat Chaos, who you were saying it is. She's the glue, man. She's the glue that keeps it together.
She really is, dude.
Bonded.
She networks so hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she's no doubt. If anybody needs, promotions, or even, has questions about management or anything, with us with booking interviews or anything like that, hit up Casperia Promotional Management on Facebook. That's Casperia Official. And I just want to say thank you to everybody out there. We got a good friend, Nick Patches, listening. I know he's on his way to work. We got a brother, Bill, Blitz, and our buddy Bill, and everybody, and Marie, and everybody in Pennsylvania. I know you just went through something a little rough. We're all with you. We're all in this together. And I just want to say a little special something that I got to throw out there as a drummer. I want to say something to the most underrated drummer in thrash and metal history, Mr. Tom Hunting. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Much respect to Mr. Tom Hunting. That new Exodus, everybody's Zetro killing it. That new album kills. Never not support the old scene. This guy's got power. He's got strength. He'll beat this. And I always said this. He's the most underrated drummer in thrash metal history. I'll take Bonded by Blood and Tom Hunting any day of the week. And I just want to say to everybody out there, we love you all. We respect you all. Please be safe. Be kind to each other. Go out there, yourself, blast it for your friends. Support metal and anything else you want. But
fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Goddamn right, brother. It's always great working with you guys. And yeah, Kat, totally the glue. She's hitting me up months in advance, like, hey, we're working on something. It's going to be a little bit, but she gives me updates. She'll hit me up every couple weeks, a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing I know, she's like, we're ready. When can we schedule with you? And I'm like, awesome. I look through my schedule. I'm like, this is what I have open. All right. And then if not that same day, a day or two later, I get artwork for a banner to post all it. Like, you guys take care of everything for me. I wish all bands would do this.
Yeah, because I love doing it. I love doing it. This is what I do.
It
man.
Was all set in stone. Like, here's the promotional banner. Here's all the information you need for the new album. Yeah. This is what we want to talk about. And I'm like, sweet. I'll see you guys on Friday. So much love to you, brother. Yeah. I hope you and Kat stay safe. And I just want to say thanks for the time. Thanks for the energy that you always put into these interviews, dude. And thanks for the new album. I can't wait to get sink my teeth into that goddamn thing. So we're going to play the new Day of Doom track of A Feeble Mind. I also got some Suffocation in there for you. The new Pyrexia, Immolation, Internal Bleeding, Mortal Decay, Malignancy, Necroptic Engorgement. I know how it rolls, dude.
my neighbor's about to get a Long Island death metal destruction set. Get ready, everybody!
Goddamn right, right on, brother. Well, hey, I will catch up with you soon, and stay safe, my friend.
No doubt. Take it easy and stay safe, everybody. You're all doomed.
Yeah, fucking happy Doomsday, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
Later, brother.
And there we go. The always energetic.